What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java series. And today we're going to be taking on what farm was it today? I completely forgot. It's the something vine. Is it the? It's not the twisted vine farm, is it? That's the red one. What is the blue vine called? Is it called twisted vine? I know that I put a bunch of them aside in preparation because I actually mocked up a design of a farm I want to use in a test build. Oh, so it is twisting vines. What are the red ones called? The red ones are called weeping vines. Okay, yeah, that sort of makes sense then. So yeah, we've got like a farm sort of mocked up. It does use a whole ton of pistons and observers. It's relatively simple and straightforward in the way that the mechanics of it work. A whole ton of cyan glass for this farm as well, because it's sort of encasing the stuff, and then we're going for obviously the cyan colour, considering that all of the twisting vines are cyan. So we've got all of the resources that we need set aside here. The only thing I'm trying to think of is where it is I actually want to base the farm. So I was thinking, like, the purposes of it, we can use it obviously for composting in order to get bone meal. If we obviously have an excess of it, and to be honest with you, the amount I've got now is excess because I very rarely use it for anything other than like small bits of decoration here and there. But considering that it is decoration, probably don't want it in the industrial area. Like, everything in the industrial area is sort of purpose built to be around there. Got the witch hut area, definitely not going to do any good there. We've got our jungle, which is our main zoo area. Got a gold farm area. It's not going to be helpful there. Christmas, no. Got a Wild West area, so that's probably a no. Got our iron farm area, which I guess we probably could put it somewhere off on the side near the iron farm, because I actually want to build out like a sort of Roman era themed build around the Colosseum that we've got for our iron farm, and I've been struggling to think of what other farms I can dot around here other than just buildings. So yeah, maybe I'll go over there and I sort of dig an area down near the iron farm to actually have this farm maybe like off on the side over here, and then we can have like a small I forgot what the name of the buildings are, like a temple, a shrine sort of build above the actual farm itself that I'm going to be putting down, because this is like strictly resource, so iron can be used in quite a lot of different builds, so it's not specific to any sort of production area. We've got our guardian farm, obviously that's out in the middle of the ocean. Copper farm, which is just on a bit, the copper farm's a bit of a sore farm, so it sticks out, and it's because it's dug down in the ground, it's not too bad. We can actually cover it up if we wanted it hidden. I think either that or our flower farm area, but I can't remember which direction our flower farm was in. If we go, I'm trying to think of the directions of it, so that would be the gold farm. It's in the sort of same direction, so maybe it's over in this way. I have no idea. Oh, over here is where my flower farm area is going to be. Surprisingly, flower farm area has not actually got any flower farms in currently because it's not landed on our board yet. But we have got our firework factory as well as our ink and glow ink farms there. So either that or the iron farm area. Like, having more things being generated at the iron farm, considering it seems to be where I'm leaving the bots AFK the most at the moment, just in order to stockpile, and because we've got the auto blocker fire at the iron farm, I think that's probably going to be our best bet. So yeah, let's head on over to there, and that is probably where we're going to set it up, so I'll meet you over there. Alright, so over here at the iron farm, I've actually shut it off for the time being, just so we don't have any issues with iron golems sort of building up. Hello everyone. Say hello. They can just stay there. They can't actually get out of that area. Thank God. So what I'm thinking is maybe putting it over here on this bit of land here, because I'm probably going to want to flush out sort of more grass over that way, bring out the landscape further, to then cover around the back end of this Colosseum build, because at the moment I'm not overly happy with the way that it sort of just tail ends in the water, very sort of squared off. So maybe bring the terrain round here like that, and then have like a dock that comes around and around this edge over here. But that way we can have like a building here and have the actual farm itself dug down into the ground, rather than it sort of sticking out. But we are going to have to just take this very top layer off, because I want the floor layer to be one block lower than the floor layer of the Colosseum. Obviously I want that elevated just a tiny bit. I say a tiny bit, obviously the build isn't going to be going as high as the Colosseum, but the actual base floor layer itself, I want it elevated just a tiny bit more than the rest of the surrounding terrain, just to make sure that it remains the sort of focal point. But yeah, what I'm going to do is dig out. Again, for some reason I create and design these farms and always end up hiding them in the freaking ground. So I need to dig out a very big hole in order to fit this thing in. Once I've dug this sort of out and placed the farm in, I will bring you back to show you how it all works. But for the time being, let's hop into a time lapse, so you don't have to watch me do the very tedious process of all of this digging and building. So catch you back in a sec. Alright, so after a fair while finishing that build, I also managed to get the shell sitting on top of it. I do still need to do quite a bit of terrain work, so I still need to cover up all of this and get rid of this rail line that goes all the way over there. But we've just got like a standard sort of temple, Roman-esque build, and then I've sort of done the warped wood just as like a highlighting block, just to sort of signify this is actually the warped farm. Down below I've got it sort of in case, I keep on forgetting that there's not glass along the top there. I may do a layer of just clear glass there. Maybe do like a little lip of a walk around with a pattern, and then do the clear glass inside. But yeah, we've got it all working now, and we've just literally got a bunch of observers activating pistons running off of a hopper clock, which is very simple and straightforward. So if we head on down to here, hopefully there's no baddies down there. Hop on down here, and we're getting our warped, our twisted, what are they called? Twisted vines coming in. Oh yeah, I forgot I can't jump up here. Let's do that. So it is running off of a hop clock up here. It's just running off of 4 stacks, so it's giving it enough time to actually grow. And then when the piston shifts on each cycle, it will activate and deactivate this trapdoor, which will then send the signal down this observer chain going down here, which then runs along a whole bunch of different observer chains sitting on top of standard pistons. And then because they're activating above the pistons, they'll actually activate the pistons as well. For some reason, I don't yet understand why this is. It's like if you have observers running down the side of pistons, they won't activate the pistons. They have to be sitting on top of the pistons to activate them. And I know it's got something to do with the quasi connectivity that runs in Java, so I don't know if this design would work in Bedrock Edition or not, but it works pretty well. It's the same sort of farm design that I went for a massive sugarcane farm in the last Surviving Java world. it run off basically a whole bunch of observers running in the exact same sort of fashion as these, but I've given it enough room so if I want to extend the timer, it will give the twisted vines more time to grow. But I did work out that having the timer run longer than what it's currently running, the hopper minecarts can't actually pick them up when they do harvest quick enough, because the twisted vines grow so high and you get so many drops all at the same time. But this one works pretty well, and I've had the bot AFK for a little bit because I want some iron to build up, and we've got more twisted vines than we could ever possibly need, to be honest with you. We definitely don't need as many as that, so we are definitely covered. I will do some decorating down here as well when I come back to do the terrain work, because I do actually want to sort of polish off the terrain over here. But we've got another little additional building that sits aside our big Colosseum build where we've got iron columns still dropping down. And it sort of blends in pretty well. Like, I've done the roof with the same sort of... I did initially have it just the wart blocks that we've got here. But because these wart blocks are being sort of spawn prevented by the random torches that are sitting up there, I didn't want torches sitting on top of this roof. So we have just got a red carpet sitting on top. And then some glow lichen just stopping spawns on the other spawnable blocks. Which does just add like an extra little detail, and it does add just a slight little glow at night time. I need to work out lighting for the internal structure in here, so that is something I'm definitely going to have to figure out. But nevertheless, that's probably going to be it on this area anyway, so we can sort of pick up our stuff, head on back over to our base. Let's pick up all of our gear over here, throw these guys into here. What I am going to do is leave whatever resources are still over here. So we've got a bunch of these guys here, still a bunch of quartz blocks, quartz bricks there. So I may need to actually bring some more quartz blocks over here, to be honest with you, in order, give me that, in order to actually finish the top of it. You are junk, so you can stay here for the time being. So yeah, let's head on back to base. I do need to bring all of this stuff back to base as well, but I'm going to leave this here for the time being in order to expand this terrain. I'm going to have to bring over a bunch of dirt as well in order to do it. Also, I want to cover up all of this section. Is this... okay, so this section is actually higher, so I can actually bring the... I may get rid of this line here and extend this calcite and diorite pattern further out this way, and maybe have some like statues sitting on top of it, and then I can wrap the tiled deep slate brick stairs around the base just to bring it out a little bit further, because otherwise I can't have grass on this layer coming across here because it will stop the minecarts from doing their thing. So yeah, maybe have the calcite coming out a little bit further, and then have the grass terrain coming out from that side just a little bit more. So over from here, bring it out and around, and just see how that looks. But yeah, that's going to be a sort of in-between episode work that I'd sort of pick away at when I've not got anything else on the sort of planner. But let's head back to base and spin that wheel to see what our next project is. I've got a feeling it's probably going to land on the Witch Hut project, which I tell you now, if it does land on the Witch Hut project, there probably won't be a vanilla episode for around about 2 or 3 weeks, because it's going to take a lot more work than these other random little farms that I'm sort of knocking out in an episode. Like, that farm took around about an hour, maybe 2, to sort of knock up and figure out and do a sort of schematic for. And then doing the shell above it only took around about 2 or 3 hours, just by doing a Google search of, is there any light rockets here that I can still, just doing a Google search of the, oh my god, the sound of these portals is just obnoxious. Doing a Google search of Roman temples is what I've done a Google search of, in order to get the sort of idea and style for that shell on top of that building. I don't know what, have they increased, or is it that I've just not added the quieter portals from the vanilla tweaks data packs, because it is definitely louder now since the update. But yeah, let's mute this. No, you don't have to deal with that noise like I do. So where are you? Over here. Oh yeah, I moved all my dogs here because they was just sitting on the glass and it was looking very messy in there with the dogs just sort of sporadically placed around. But we can actually put the other witch hut project one. Dude, I don't want the entire stack, I just want one. Thank you. Where we took the Twisted Vine farm from. And see where... Oh, grass, go away. And see where this thing actually lands on. So, to be honest with you, I'm not minding either a cosmetic build project or a redstone build project. Like, I usually just take whatever the board throws up. Yeah, so let's see where this lands. That was probably the longest spin I've ever had on this freaking thing. So, number 3, anywhere along here, we've only got one chance of it being a witch project. A couple of it being zoo. The horse racing course and breeding stables. Couple of the industrial projects, dripstone farm. On 3 different zoo randomizers, and it's landed on 7. Which is, well, racing. Horse racing course and breeding stables. That should be interesting. I have no idea where to build that. More probably actually in like the Wild West area. Like we've not played in that area much, like other than our moss farm and our tree farm, dark oak tree farm. But yeah, that might be a really good place for that actually. Oh no, we're running out of places to put our completed projects. Birch Shines, you can go. Book and Quill. Please don't tell me this is the list of... Oh, okay, no. That's the list of all of the different armor stands. The, what is it, the lectern poses for calibrating the sculk sensor. The calibrated sculk sensor. Is that what it's called? Calibrated sculk sensor? I know I've got some of them somewhere. Where are they? They in here? Them. Calibrated sculk sensor is what these books things are for. Like I signed a bunch of them. Oh no, they're the armor stand books. Where's the... It says that they are. Yeah, see, so they are like the calibrated ones. They actually tell you what the sounds are that get registered from them. But yeah, nevertheless, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode. Not the most complex of farms, but should we ever need Twisted Vines, we've now got a farm for them. I may link that on to like an auto bone mealing farm because I've got a bot AFK over at the iron farm, and while the iron farm's running, obviously these Twisted Vine farm is, and I reckon by the end of tonight all of them double chests are going to be filled or full with Twisted Vines, so we're going to have way more than we're ever going to need. So yeah, nevertheless, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I will catch you all in the next one for our horse stables and race course. So yeah, catch you on that one. Bye.